welcome today. We are doing relax and paint, and I am using a plexiglass gallery glass piece. And there's a film on both sides. You take that off, and this is about a 10-inch. There's round ones, and there's this oval. And so I'm going to put the bumblebee in here, and I'm going to kind of set it up so it's in the middle. And what I'm going to share with you is that we're going to use yellow paint, right? So I'm going to put some moon yellow. This is multi-surface paint, guys. See, multi-surface. And then we're going to put a little bit of daffodil, which is a lighter color, right? And so I'm going to put some of these colors that we're going to use in the future here too. I like to put some Pueblo, all right? All this multi-surface has a sealer in it, so it's going to stick well to this plexiglass, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of make sure it's centered here, all right? And I'm going to take a dry stencil brush. We got three pieces, three different size stencil brushes, okay, that come in the set. All right, so the really large one, I do bigger areas. This is the 16. I like it for this size. All right, we also need to put some white out here. So let's put a little bit of white right there. All right, so I want you to see that I'm going to tap, tap, tap. And then I go to the paper towel and I'm going to wipe it away. But I need to wipe that away so you see me. Okay. Let me get one more piece of paper towel. There we go. So what you want to do, this is the magic of the stencil, all right, is that I'm going to wipe it away so that I just have a little bit and not a big, huge amount on here. All right. So he's kind of, I have me flying kind of away instead of to it. All right. So I'm going to tap right in here. And it's okay to tap because we get a fuzzy effect in here. A fuzzy effect because the bumblebee's kind of fuzzy there. All right, a little bit more. And I'm going to show you the trick of why that works. I'm also going to take the next size smaller. All right, I move that a little bit. And I'm going to get white. I'm going to tap, 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 tap. And this white, I'm going to pull. All right, so we're going to pull it all in those veins, okay? Tap it off. And it comes right from the center out. Okay, so this is just beginning of a pretty piece we're going to have. All right, now two things. Sometimes I don't like this look. Sometimes I would rather it not be veins. So I can come in here like that. All right, and I'm going to put that to the side right now. And now this is what's going to happen. I want wherever those lines are is the only color you're going to see. Wherever the yellow is going to be licorice. So I'm going to show you that what I do is I come around and I do up, over, and this just makes a place for you to fill in. All right, so we'll use a little bit of the moon yellow on this side. All right, now one thing I'd like to do, see it's a thicker paint there. What I like to do is take my heat pen, like when I'm doing glass. And I'm drying that up just a little bit because I can't put the stencil back on here until this dries anyway. But let me show you what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to come right in here. And it's okay if I have the yellow, but then I'm going to, oops, you don't see it. I'm going to side load the Pueblo. Ah, got too much paint. So I have yellow and I'm going to side load right on the edge. All right, and I want this color to be on this side. It's just going to give it some dimension, okay? All right, so just a little bit. I could also add a little bit of white over on this side. Just maybe. I want to clean that up. Let's grab a little bit more white. And I end up putting some gray from and making this gray kind of by when we put the black legs on here. Okay. And I use dragonfly glaze. There's all kinds of fun glitter effects we can put on this. Now, this is important now that we dry this. And then I want you to be getting your licorice. It's going to stay a little shiny because the paint has a sealer in it. But you can tap it to see if it's dry. It dries pretty fast with that heat pen. That's a heat pen, right? So I'm going to take off the white. And now I'm going to pick up licorice. All right, so I get the paint and I rub it off. That's what's going to give you fine details, okay? Now, we're going to come right back in here and we're going to line this up. Okay, so there we are. Line it up. Now, this is what you won't believe. Okay, so I'm going to go just like this. And because it's plastic, styrene, I am going to pounce it on these legs. Usually I just go back and forth. Okay, I'm going to pounce, 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 because it's going to give you great legs. Okay, tap, tap, tap. Okay, now I'm going to go brush the wings just a little bit. Okay, you see that? And then I'm going to tap all in here with the licorice. A little bit more licorice. All right, so you carefully lift it and look at it. It's all done. And have fun. So you have a really pretty bee with detailed legs right away. All right. And see how I ran the licorice up a little bit in there. Now, when you're all done, you could take a little bit of licorice around the outside edge, maybe. I'm going to put my stencil brushes in the water. I'm going to grab a 2-script liner and show you that I can take a little bit. You can't really put water, so you want to make it a little inky and twist it in there. But look, I can come right along here. Just a teeny bit. All right, so what we're going to do is, there we go. I can also come out here a little bit where it's gone, where the yellow went out just a little bit. All right. Now what I want to do is put a little bit of some smaller sunflowers, but we're going to do a big sunflower first. And when we put that there, I'm going to use burnt umber, right, with the Pueblo. All right. So I'm going to mostly do Pueblo. This is a 1/2-inch scruffy. Pick up a little bit of burnt umber. Okay. And I'm going to, let's put it down here kind of. All right, I've got the dark brown burnt umber in the middle. Then I'm going to come down. So I pounced here, come around and pounce up again. So see the dark browns at the bottom? And that's an oval, so you're going to make sure that you have that shape there. All right, then I'm going to take a 12 flat and we're going to pick up the Pueblo with some moon yellow. And then everyone, or a little bit of daffodil. And we're gonna get this wet paint. And we're gonna come right out. And see, I'm gonna space it. Grab little bits and see by picking up a little bit of that, it gives you the streaks already. And we're going to come a little bit like that. Okay, so now I can come right in between here. I'm more on the chisel, guys. Pick it up a little bit more on the chisel. One, two. See how pretty that looks? One, two. And it feels like butter on this plexiglass. It just goes so smooth. And see how nice it covers glass? So this will help you painting glass pieces. These are very inexpensive, and we have them right on our website. And what I love is you can put them over a pattern and just start painting. I'm going to put a little bit right there. And you can also, there we go. So it covers the bee just slightly. All right, so we can also come around with some white. This is the little kiss tool. It looks like a kiss tool, but it's actually a wipe away tool. You got to be in fresh paint when you use this. And you do 4 or 5 little taps. It's rubber. So what happens is it does better than if you try a stylus or a sharpened pencil, because it gives a little bit and it puts the paint right down. Isn't that kind of pretty? Dot, 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 dot. Usually I go back and I scruffy back this edge, but instead I wanted to put the dots. Now see, every petal has streaks in it, which makes it looks like you blend, shaded, and highlight as you went. And then okay. There we go. All right. So now I am going to come around and just put a few little white dots. Okay, then we're going to put some green in. And I think we're going to add just a few little daisies. But this is a very good fall color. All right. So you can have a few buds that, like I've got a little one here. I'm going to go just like this and come right up here. Put a little button there, a little button there, and then come in. Let's use a smaller brush even. All right, let's use, if I use a smaller brush, then it doesn't, it looks more like a bud here. So I'm getting the Pueblo and moon yellow daffodil. Okay, you can put little dots on here or not. Okay, so see how we're getting some pretty colors in there. Now I'm going to get the greens. I'm going to put citrus green. Oh, there we go. And a little bit of sap green. All right, so we're going to come right up here. We're going to tap that. So when we tap that, it's to spread out that paint, right? So I can come right in here and I can make sure right up in there that I put a stem, flatten that paint, and then use a stem right in there. Okay. Now let's come in here with the 12. And I can put some white in the citrus or yellow. Let's get yellow. Okay, so See how we're doing a nice loopy leaf? We can come right out here. And we pull the stem into it. Okay, so let's turn this around. Let's get some yellow. That's daffodil yellow with sap instead of the citrus, maybe. All right. Okay, I'm going to come right around here and pull this down. Pull a stem. All right. I'm going to come right here. Okay, so now I don't want that chain to get in there, so I'm going to put it under there. Now, are you liking it? All right, so it's real dramatic. It looks, you can Mod Podge something on the back, or you can hang it on a wall that's got lots of little pretty colors in the background. All right, so what I'm going to do now is let's go down to a smaller brush. All right, so I'm going to come in here and come right up here. It's just like we're doing the sunflower petal. Okay, and then I can even come up here and add a couple more. Come right in here. Okay, y'all liking it? Okay, so I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna come right here. So, oops, that's licorice. So we want to pick up enough paint that when we're stroking this, it's gonna stay there. Pick up fresh paint and re-stroke it. All right, I gotta do that again and pull a stem. All right, so we have a little bit of greenery that we can still add. See, that's a little piece of fern in there. And then I'm going to put a couple white daisies because I think it still needs something. Are y'all liking it? So think about this. I got a glare. I think I got a glare because this is shining back at us. So, all right. So let's pick up the same. This, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. This is a 10 flat. That's what I did all the small with. All right. So let me show you when we do a daisy, like you can almost touch that. Yeah. And it's almost dry, but you can heat it with the heat pan. All right. So I'm going to go pressure and lift. We're going to do a clock. So there's 12, 3, 6, 9. All right. All right. So then you're going to push and lift, because what you want to do is have it light in the middle there. Pressure left, and it's all chiseled on the chisel of this brush, on the tips of the bristles. All right. Now I'm going to do another big one. Okay. And we're going to come up here more. And then when we do the small side, do a little bit less, okay? So then I'm going to go down. Let's get a smaller brush. All right, I was looking for a 6, but who knows where those are. All right, so let's come in here. This is an 8, yeah. All right, so let's go in here and let's make smaller ones. And go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The clock just helps you for replacement. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm losing my left. All right. You want to see the light in there, okay? Now I can just come in here with the handle of this brush and dot these really little ones. But I am going on the big ones to use my 1/4 inch scruffy. All right, so we're going to come right in here and do another small one. I just thought this would be a fun little project today. It fits perfect. It's a great gift. This book's perfect for this season, but it's a great little gift. And I have all kinds of bumblebees and different sizes on this stencil. It's a Be Kind stencil. So you could put a bee here with the word kind. I put these on shirts all the time because you stencil right on the shirt and it sucks right into the shirt and it doesn't smear or anything. So be humble and kind. There's a big bumblebee. And then these are the same bees here and a small bumblebee. So it's just kind of fun to show you what you can end up doing with that. All right, so I have a triangle and then I have some little ones. Okay, so I'm going to come right in here. Make it a little smaller. And then you can come in here. Maybe not. I was going to say we can do a little daisy bud. And then let's maybe do one. That's probably enough. That's probably enough. All right, anything over 5, you can't tell if it's even or odd because you're never supposed to have even numbers, okay? So what I'm going to do is we have that yellow there, or you can do multi dots in there. And okay, so then this one needs a little green stem. Okay, that's kind of a crooked green stem. All right, and then inside of these, we're going to take this little baby scruffy. All right, so I'm going to get the daffodil. Okay, and then I can tap a teeny bit. See that teeny bit? And so I can tap straight and tight, straight, tight, and I'm turning the brush so that the pueblo goes on the bottom. All right, so let's get a teeny bit more pueblo over here. There we go. All right, so you want that in the base of this. So we're going to tap, 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 and move the pueblo around. And now move the daffodil around. So that looks good, but it looks like it needs a highlight. So I pick up just a teeny bit of white and I tap it on the yellow, and that gives it a glow. All right. So I also, up here, I need to put a little bit of highlight up here. A little bit more. Yeah, a little, oops, I got carried away. All right, and then I can come right in here. Okay, we're almost done. So this is a fun little project. And you don't have to base cut the surface. It's got a hanger already on it. And they're very inexpensive. All right, to pick up the surface. And we have the two sizes, the round and the oval. So you will love selling these at the shows or giving them as a gift. All right, and I put a little bit more detail than you have to do, but I just think it's fun. I also can take a little teeny bit of white and I can a little bit of white. A teeny bit of white and a little highlight on the tip. But is that a killer bee? Like how I need that in a positive way. I love to have that bee. I just picked up green. How do I do that? Okay, so let's go back and put a touch of white. All right, isn't that kind of fun? All right, sign it and share it. And I'll see you next week. All right, if not before. Have a good painting experience. These are gallery glass surfaces. I have ornaments, so imagine painting just like that on the ornament. I have ornaments that are 6 inches, and you get 3 ornaments for like $6.99. And then we have lots of discounts. If you're members right here, you get a 20% off. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.